What's his name?
Richie Byrne.
Richie Byrne.
He's very well known in the area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you were the warm up guy for Dr. Oz. Is he still doing it? Like, what happened with Dr. Oz?
What happened was, I started August 2009, and in March of 2020, all hell broke loose. And I even remember, dude, I remember the date. It was March 11th. It was the last day they were going to have an audience because they were worried about COVID and all that crap, you know. So they were just not going to have an audience. So, you know, so we had that week, we were going to do March. It was March 11th. So we were going to do that whole week. And then the next week without an audience. And then the following week, we were going to be dark for a week. And he said to me, after that week, you'll be back. This will all blow over. And he's usually right about everything, but he was really wrong about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not only did it not come back, but like within a couple of days, one of the producers got COVID and they had to shut everything down. And he was doing it from his basement.
My main purpose and the desire that the whole staff had, I got to pay credit to them because they worked their hearts out to do this, was to keep America informed about this coronavirus pandemic. And we're going to do that whether it's in the studio or at home. And I'm hoping to get back into the studio as soon as we feel it's the right thing to do again.
And then when they did come back to the studio, he didn't want to have an audience. And I understood it. He was nervous about, you know, he's America's doctor and all that. And what if an outbreak happened, it got traced back to the show? I mean, I totally understood, but you know, so yeah, so I can't believe it's almost 4.5 years ago now that I did a show for him. And then he did the show for another 1.5 years or so, 2 years. And then in the middle of that, he decided to run for Senate.
Dr. Oz, hoping to become Senator Oz, officially declaring his run for the state's open Senate seat. Dr. Oz slams COVID mandates, claiming the public was, quote, patronized and misled throughout the pandemic. Going on to write, quote, I'm running for the Senate to empower you to control your destiny, to reinvigorate our great nation, and to reignite the divine spark that we should always be seeing in each other.
Like, so March 11th, 2020, the whole world kind of shuts down around that time. COVID kind of ruins it for everybody. It was just such a weird time. And everybody thought it was going to only be for a few weeks. It ends up being
year and a half, 2 years. I mean, and dude, it was just, and we were, you know, I don't want to get in a whole COVID conversation, but we were going on no facts, just injecture, you know, and it's funny now that Fauci kind of admits that. It's like, really, dude?
Dr. Fauci admitted that the social distancing guidelines to stay 6 feet apart had no scientific basis.
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
Like, well, why'd you come up with 6 feet? Nah, it just seemed like a good number.
That's the craziest thing. He's like, we just figured 6 feet sounded like a number that people would respect it and they would like that, but yet here we all are, like standing on like little tabs at the grocery store where you got to stay 6 feet apart on lines, or like a line at the bank. It's just ridiculous now in hindsight because of stuff like this.